guys, me host Superstar. Thank you very much for tuning in. Look what I got. It's the brand new Droids Boba Fett. This is part of Lucasfilm's 50th anniversary line and from the Droids television series, which ran at around 1983, according to the timeline on the back of the packaging. This is probably like one of the most, I don't know, it's one of the most anticipated of the Boba Fett's for me, just because this is how he looked in, or similar to this, in the Christmas holiday special. Obviously, yes, we saw him in the cartoon looking like this, but he was also in the, the Christmas special, and he looked like this, which is kind of like Boba Fett's first appearance. And it was the Adventures of R2d2 and C-3PO, the Star Wars Droids television series that ran in 1983, that this one's based upon. It's in the box, like the comic book ones. I'm not quite sure why, because it's not a comic book version, but they've given it the box treatment, just to give it that really retro look, I suppose. There he is in the packaging. And he does have a little write-up here on the side, which states, with his customized Mandalorian armor, deadly weaponry, and silent demeanor, Boba Fett was one of the most feared bounty hunters in the galaxy. Awesome figure. I got this delivered not that long ago from Kapow Toys, so thank you very much, Kapow, for hooking us up with this awesome action figure. Right, guys, let's get straight in and bust this bad guy out of the packaging, because I am excited to have a new Boba Fett to play with. Alright, guys, here is Boba Fett out of the packaging on the desk cam. And yes, this is the old mold of Boba Fett, I'm afraid to say. A lot of people have been asking. It is based on the old Boba Fett. It's based on this Boba Fett, because the visor's the same, it won't pop down. Obviously you got the jetpack that pops on and the big long cape at the back. It's identical to this version. So this is basically a fancy glorified repaint of that one, just with less damage on it. Like, this has got a lot more of the damage effects, which are still prevalent in the armor. As you can see, the holes are still there, they're just not painted. And obviously all the scuff marks and things haven't been painted on, so it looks cleaner, but inevitably it is still the same figure, just redone. So we do get the jetpack, so we can pop that in. I love this orange cape, by the way. The orange cape is totally different. I like that look. So let's go ahead and pop that in there. Again, does this top part come off? No. The top part doesn't pop off like it does on some of the newer ones to make it look like he's fired the rocket. And like I say, the visor part doesn't pop down. That's just fixed in place. There is no head under here as well. It's just the actual thing, same as this one again. There's no head sculpt under there. I was hoping for an updated head sculpt underneath, but that could have stolen. But no, we're not that lucky. So yeah, the figure itself though, let's have a look. Articulation, head's on a ball joint, so you can make him look up, down, with a little bit of pivot in there. Arms lift out to the side and do rotate. There's rotation in the forearm that bends as well. Hands are on a ball joint. We can crunch him around a little bit and backwards and forwards. Legs lift out to the side. There is a top thigh cut there, quite stiff. Double hinged knees on this one. And the feet are on rocker and pivot, and there are display peg holes should you wish to use a display base. Not that you're going to need to. I've never had issues standing these figures before. Sometimes over time they do go loose, but that's about it. I've still always managed to find a happy medium to get them to stand. And I'm saying that now as I'm on camera trying to get one to stand that's not. There we go. And he does come with two weapons, just like the previous one. So he has got his blaster gun, his little side pistol, and he comes with a fully working holster over here that we can slide that into. So there we go. So we can have him like a western cowboy with his hand hovering over it. If I can get this arm to bend, there we go. I like that kind of, he's going to draw, old western style. And then we've got his actual rifle as well, all solid grey. When they leave them solid grey like this, to me it just looks unfinished. Like the wood, like this should be, like this on here should be the wood stock part, and it just makes it look like it's come fresh off a 3D printer and nobody's bothered to paint it. That's the feel I get. That bit annoys me. I mean, I love the figure, I love the idea and the concept, but I don't know, feels unfinished when they do things like that. And again, I've not seen the actual cartoon this is based upon. I've never actually sat and watched, or I haven't since I was a child, let's say. I probably watched it a little bit when I was a kid. I remember Ewoks. I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure I would have watched Droids at some point in my life. I would have seen it somewhere. In my cousin's house. My cousin was massively into Star Wars, and my uncle was massively into Star Wars. So I am pretty sure I would have seen it at some point. But yeah, maybe the gun is grey in the cartoon, that's why they've left it that way, but yeah, to me it just looks like a prototype that isn't finished. Because you know when they make prototypes of figures that always like mismatched colours? That's the feel I kind of get from this. But popping him side by side with his other Boba Fett from the series. It's cool to have this version. I wish he came with his big in the Christmas special. He had like a big other weapon, didn't he? Like his big rifle thing. I wish that had come with him as well. Maybe they'll do the actual holiday special one later down the line, which again will just be a similar version to this, just slightly different in a Christmas box. I wouldn't put it past them doing that, especially now that like Star Wars, we can laugh about the holiday special now. It's not as cringy as it once was, and we all kind of laugh about it. So I think it's like more forgivable now, so I could see them releasing some merch for it, but we'll see what happens. I know Lucasfilm wanted to pretend that thing doesn't exist forever. But either way, it's a decent figure, and definitely going to be on the shelf. I already have a Boba on my shelf. I have the carbonized Boba. I don't actually display this version, so I'm going to pop this to the side, and this guy will be taking a spot on my shelf. He definitely deserves it. He's an awesome looking prototype Boba. Early days Boba Fett, should we say, from the Droids cartoon. What are your thoughts on it, guys? Let me know your thoughts on this Boba Fett in the comments down below. I would love to hear back from you. And guys, don't forget, if you are new around here, to please hit that subscribe button. Subscribing really supports us, it really helps us out, and helps us to keep making awesome videos like this. I've got plenty more content coming up, as you can see from down there. We've only made a slight indentation over the last day or two into that, so I'm going to be pumping out more videos, so please make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on any of the content. And thank you very much for watching. As always, I'm your host, Superstar, and I'll see you in the next video, but until then, may the Force be with you. Bye!